Hi, I'm in Chennai and I wanted to start a series of videos where I talk about certain things that happens in college that I want the juniors to know and not repeat the same mistakes. Just to clarify, this is not for like if you're in some top college like an IIT or an NIT or anything. This will be mostly relatable if you're in a tier 2 tier 3 college. I come from, I study in a government college, but it's a very new government college. So I would call it tier 3 only. So, a lot of things are not there. A lot of facilities are still in the process. I know, in the future that this college is going to get big and stuff, but when you are in the initial batches, there's going to be a lot of friction, and that's my college for you. So we don't have great faculties, we don't have great mentoring, we don't have a lot of senior junior support because seniors are also figuring out, so can't blame them. So that's how it is for us. And um, and it's a very not very well known college also, and it's not a city that we are in. So it is everything is of this sort. So that's how it has been. And but I'm surviving. I have completed 2 years in this college, and I'm moving into my third year in another 10 to 15 days. So yeah, right. So I have survived, and when I say survive, I've not done. I have made sure to do, academics pretty well. Like I've consistently scored 9.3 CGPA. My average is 9.3, and from first semester onwards, I've had a CGPA of 9.2932, like 3 and around that range. Um, so you know how I do in academics. Coming to you know the gate point of view, or whatever, like skills point of view or anything, right? One thing is that if you are in a tier 2 tier 3 college, you can't expect a lot of things from your faculties, because you know your college might not have the best of faculties, like um, not necessarily people from who have finished their PhD from IITs, or from foreign universities, because if you see in IITs, postdoctorate is a minimum criteria to become a assistant professor there in an IIT. So almost all people who teach students at an IIT will have a postdoctorate. But in tier 2 tier 3 colleges, that's not the case. You might have PhDs, um, sometimes even only MTech completed people. So that's how it is. So it's sometimes, I know it's not fair, but you can't. You have to survive through it. Now that you are in a situation, so I would say, what I would say is, don't rely on faculties a lot, right? Learn from the start that faculties will teach you certain things, but when it comes to your skills, when it comes to getting an internship, or getting your placements, or be it getting your gate scores, whatever it is, you are responsible for it, and not your faculties, right? Because you are one batch of students, and then you pass out, like they are going to have another batch, and they are going to get paid whether or not you achieve your life goals, right? But for you, it is a very crucial point of time. So in that case, don't get into this thing of like, oh, faculties are not good, and fights, and you know if you want to, it happens, right? You go represent, and you say, we want something to change, and all this, I don't know, it may or may not work. If it works, good for you, but if it doesn't, it's just waste of time. um, so I would suggest you to keep everything aside and start working on your skills, like be it from YouTube, or if you are getting a course or something. Actually, regarding deep learning, machine learning, and how I handle and where I learn from, all this I'll make in another separate video. Here I'm just going to give like a overall understanding, because someone in Instagram had reached out to me. He is actually, I don't know, he or she, they are going to second year, and they were talking about their college and how programming was taught to them, right? So programming languages is one thing, and algorithms is one thing, and data structure is one thing. I think Gate has very beautifully put this into three different subjects. So it is very clear, right? So when you're learning C or C++ or Python, these are programming languages, right? You can code a uh, what to say uh, code a operating system using C language. You can code a whatever using C language. So C is like just a building block. It is just a language, right? um, it's like, if you learn C doesn't mean you can crack interviews. C is just a language. So you should learn the data structures, and you should learn the algorithm. So that is what will take time. And I think C separately studying is little boring because it doesn't connect, right? It will not feel like, you'll study a concept, you'll feel like, why am I studying this? So instead, study it when, like, for example, if you're learning dynamic memory allocation, study it when you are finishing arrays and going into linked list, because only then you will know the need for dynamic memory allocation. Until then, if you learn malloc and calloc, you will be like, okay, but what is the need for it, right? So only then it will make sense and all of that, right? So learn like that. So for programming and data structure, follow some playlist, and prepare it and have a proper notes, handwritten notes that you make. Some people prefer online notes, whichever you are comfortable with, made, and you start learning. And also, coding is kind of a mindset, right? It is more of a practice oriented thing. It's not like, someone can do it very quickly. And coding and maths, like when you talk about coding, maths is inevitable part of coding. So I would suggest that every subject, like every core subject that you study in your syllabus, college syllabus, right? Don't take it lightly and ignore it, because these subjects will be asked in your placements, like subjects like DBMS, operating systems. These are like the core of computer science. Like you can't not know it, right? So don't take it too lightly. Be like, oh, I don't care about it. It's not DSA, right? It's not like that. You should know some subjects when you are a CS student. Like not just CS, right? Any student, like any subject that any department you're from, there will be some core subjects that you have to know, right? So those are important, and especially maths, like M1, M2, M3, and M4. So have a good understanding, and there are a lot of good blogs, good books, uh, or good YouTube channels, good websites like with illustrations and everything, where you can learn maths in a fun way. So actually, I'm also not very great in maths, right? So, but my understanding in maths is good. My calculations are not fast. I mean, if you ask me to multiply some four-digit number into four-digit number, I won't do it very fastly. Like some people who can like very quickly calculate and all of that. Like my processing, like doing maths is little slow, and I make silly errors and all of that. But my understanding in maths is very good. Like I can understand maths, and the application part I enjoy more than the solving part. um, it might sound like, how does it work, like that, but yeah, that's how I am. um, for which I my college maths was boring until I referred to some online resources, like, there's some channel called Three Blue One Brown. So I think this is a very standard channel for if you're learning maths for ML or deep learning and all. Like he has explained neural networks and linear algebra, and you know um, vectors and matrices and all of that. So like it's very fun, right? If you are learning the application and the thing, then it feels more fun than if you are learning it separately as a concept, because you're not applying it anywhere. It just feels like, okay, where am I going to use it? Right, so this is one thing. And coding I spoke about, faculties I spoke about, friends. So I mean, a lot of people say, oh, friends are toxic and all, but I mean, in your college life, it's not just about studies that you learn. I think I'll make a video about it, but separately. But um, I'll just say briefly, like, college is not just about studying, so it's also about knowing how life works, right? So, and life doesn't work in a very fair manner. Like, not everyone is going to be nice to you, not everyone will treat you the best way possible, not everyone will be honest to you, not everyone will be like a very genuine person, right? And I think college is like a miniature version of it, which gives you a experience of how life will be in the future. So think of it like fake friends and friends who back bitch about you. All these are like part of you know you're learning about how life is, and just move on, right? Don't take it too personally, like how can they do it, and don't get disheartened like, oh, I have bad experience with friendships, I'm not going to have any friends. Because college surviving college alone is little hard. Have a good group. When I say group, like, have a group of people who you can talk with about sports. um, like, don't try to have one friend who can do everything for you. I don't know if it's possible, because you all come from different backgrounds, and I think 4 years is a very short span. Like, school friends you stay with from young age, and you see them grow together. Now people are already grown up. Some people might not do things that you like and everything, right? So there is a lot of um, things when it comes to college friendships. But I will say, like, when it's studying, right, have someone who you can study with, who's serious about studies. They can be unserious or very playful about relationships, or they might be playful about whatever, right? But they should be focused about study. So for studies, have one person. So just have proper group of people who you can collaborate and do things with. Productive group of people. Some people who you can chill with, some people who you can go out on trips with, um, and some people who you can, and at least one person who you can, like, genuinely share your things with, like someone who can understand you on an emotional level. So that will be very helpful in college. But don't overcomplicate it. If it happens, it happens. It doesn't happen, don't try to force it. It'll just get you into it. And uh, what else? I mean, do a lot of things, like go out, explore things, because this is a very nice time of your life, I guess. I did a lot of things in this last 2 years that I never thought I will do, and I think it taught me a lot also. So it helps you understand a lot of things and see a lot of things in a much better way. So um, don't uh, stop yourself from going to trips and all of that. And friends, college, and CGPA. Some people say CGPA doesn't matter. Again, I will make a video about this also, in detail, fully talking about it. But right now, to say, CGPA doesn't matter fully, but it's not that it doesn't matter at all, also. Because in some colleges, it is taken as a criteria to shortlist you for for your final interviews and all. So in the end, you want to, especially when you're from a tier 2 tier 3 college, getting CGPA is not that hard. Like, you have to, like, do some PYQs, and like, you should know, like, you can do last minute preparation, right? 1 week of preparation, or 3-4 days of preparation works. So do hard work in, at least in the last minute, and try to maintain a, I won't say a specific number, but try, like, if people in your college on an average are getting over 9, then try to get over 9. 8.5 plus, then get 8 whatever, right? Do your best in exams. Don't take it lightly, because you never know when these things will be taken into consideration. um, and there will be good faculties, right? Some people with good experience. Some teachers might not teach well, but they might have good connections. So try to have good rapport with such teachers, even outside your class. Like, because in a class of 40 or 50 or 60 students, and teachers handling multiple batches, they tend to forget you, right? So I think, try to make, if you have any interest, try to build connection with the faculty even beyond the four walls of the classroom. Like ask them doubts, like not just to get noticed, but like genuinely take interest in their subject. Read about them, see where they have worked, see the projects that they have worked with. So you never know. A lot of times faculties know a lot of people, because with their experience they would have come across a lot of people in the past, so they can help you with someone or something. So build a good rapport with them. And don't and also this is very important, don't develop bad habits in college, especially if you are someone who is a hosteler, like who stays away from home. So because I'm no one to comment. I haven't done a lot of things, so I'm no one to comment about the fun part or anything. But you are all adults. You know what is good for you and your body and everything. But sometimes certain habits can literally pull you away from your potential. I feel like some I have seen a lot of my friends who were friends and just go totally away from what they were planning because of some bad habits and bad company, right? So you know think about it. Think what matters to you, to your family, and make decisions accordingly. So this is my general advice to anyone who is going into college or in a tier 2 tier 3 college, right? So nothing much. It's just general advice. But if you want me to talk about something very specific, like be it CGPA or very specific about friendships, I can. See, I'm not some life hack guru or someone who's giving you the ideal path to follow. I'm just sharing my experience. Um, and it is a personal experience, right? So in the end, you are an adult. I treat you all as an adult, because I'm not addressing school children, I'm addressing college kids who are 18, 19, 20, 21, right? So of course you have the ability to discern the right and wrong. So do that and do your thing, right? Whatever I say is from my point of view, but in the end the decision should come from you and not because I said it, right? Not just me, like anyone online said it, right? So take it like that. And yeah, that's all for this video. It was just like a more of a very retrospecting, like just saying things kind of thing. So whatever you want to ask, please ask me. I will be happy to share. um, so yeah, that's it. Thank you. Bye.